This bitch got me paying the rent, paying for trips, diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist, and here I am all alone.
Welcome to the Married at First Sight Season 13 Reunion Part 1. This is Couples Couch with
Pat.
And I'm Cam. Let's get into the reunion show Part 1.
Yes.
There is so much to unpack. I feel like that intermission song, Smoking Out the Window by Bruno Mars, is the theme song for tonight's episode.
Don't forget Anderson .Peak.
Oh my God, Silk the Sonic, the whole unit. I am so sorry.
Don't
You know, I
forget
always
my
be all
boy.
tuning into just Bruno Mars. That just be, you know. Oh, sorry. Yes. Silk the Sonic, you in there too. You know.
Itty bitty little.
It's just something about that little face.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all. We gonna have a reunion show. When's our decision day?
We already made it when we got married. So.
But anybody asked me if I want to stay married.
If you are new to our channel, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. As you know, we try to give very high-level overviews. We try not to get to the nitty-gritty details of everything that happened in the show. But let's get into it.
Come on, I swear we're going to have a 20-minute show.
I be trying.
Not going to happen.
I be trying to aim for a 20-minute show. It's less to edit on my soul, but you was just the most talking to somebody. But now you got me talking. So
before we get into it, can we talk about this frozen strawberry lemonade
by Popeyes?
Ugh.
Anybody else had it? It is delicioso.
I sit in that 10-minute line just for the drink. I don't even get no food.
It's so good, that frozen strawberry lemonade. Hit Popeyes up one time if you haven't had it. And that's a plug for Popeyes.
Yeah, Popeyes hit us up. Me a chicken sandwich.
I still haven't had that chicken sandwich, and I don't think I ever will. You had it. It was good? Was it worth the wait?
It's all right, but I'm loyal. You know what I mean?
To?
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I'm just loyal to chicken.
Yo, I know what everybody just said in their head.
Me too.
This.
Okay.
That's what I said in my head. Are you kidding me?
Let's get into the show. Shut up, fool.
But real talk, we all love chicken.
The show opens up recapping Decision Day. They give us a recap that only 2 couples decided to stay married and 3 couples ended up in divorce. And we remember who all those are. So it has been 4 months since Decision Day, and you won't believe what happened since they made their decisions and the cameras went away. I'm so dramatic.
Actually, I can believe everything that happened. If you all go back, and I'm serious, go back and look at the videos and tell me if I didn't get all of them right.
Okay, two. You want 2?
I'm not just talking Decision Days. I'm talking about their relationship.
It's true. Okay, so first couple.
And yes, I do want my pat on the back. Go ahead.
First couple to arrive to.
Please remove your hand.
First couple to arrive to the reunion show is Jose and Rachel. They start off talking about how well the experts did by matching them with each other. Kevin Frazier is the host of the reunion show, so Kevin brings up the issue where Rachel called Jose by another man's name, and yes, they confirmed that it was Johnny. They may have confirmed it in previous episodes, but I didn't hear. It's too much going on. So yes, for me, they confirmed that it was Johnny. It's kind of your
job to hear.
I got one job. It's just to listen. I can't listen. Too much going on.
What do you do on YouTube? Oh, I review Married at First Sight. Oh, so you must know a lot about the show. Very little.
Anyways, Jose says he realizes that he blew that situation out of proportion. So Kevin decides to try to jam him up and was like, you knew when you turned that deadbolt lock that you was locking her out, right? And he was like, you know, he tried to make the face, and he was like, okay, yes, black and white. We're going to make it black and white. Yes, I knew I was locking her out, but it was not my intention. So he's still backpedaling, but I am apologetic, is what he said.
Backpedal, is that what we call lying?
Exactly, yes.
But even if you locked the door because you thought she was leaving for good or going to stay with one of the other girls, you didn't hear her banging? You didn't hear her banging.
And then Rachel was like, well, I didn't know if I was supposed to sit in the hallway and sleep until someone wakes up to open the door.
If you was thinking about it, then that's exactly what you should have done.
Not sleep at your ex's house,
Because
Rachel.
Kamara locked me out this house. Sleeping at the front door is the last thing on my mind.
What are you going to do?
I'm either getting in the house or I'm going to my ex.
You better take all your things with you. That's all
I don't even know the bank account. I gotta take a Greyhound.
You better hope she got money. Any cahoot.
I don't know how to get a hold of her.
They both
I'm
said.
go ahead and lay in front of the house.
They both said they needed these obstacles to help work through their issues in their marriage. Kevin says, so everything seems good with you guys. Decision day, you decided to stay married. So what's good? Tell us. Are you guys still together? Rachel says, well, we did break up. I'm like,
what?
yes. She says they're trying to work on things right now. She said the reason for their breakup is because they just got too comfortable with each other, which, okay. And trying to adjust outside of the experience was a lot for them. And then when she was supposed to move in with her stuff, it just caused a lot of arguments because he probably didn't want all her junk in his place. You remember how he was with his place? Like, you know, this is...
Well, he was. They were saying boxes. Like, what are you gonna do with them boxes? You gonna unpack them boxes? He
says that she took too long to unpack the boxes, unpack her things, get situated. So she was like, "Well, fine. You know what? You're doing too much. You asking me to do too much when I'm not ready to do it." So she packed. She took the boxes that were unpacked or already packed and left with them.
Right.
She says she now lives with her mom, but they're trying to work things out little by little.
I talked to somebody.
What do you mean?
I talked to somebody close to the situation.
Okay.
I know what happened.
Tell me what happened then, because I don't know.
She moved in, and the time it hit, it was like a month before school got out. She moved all her stuff in.
Yes.
And she didn't unpack it all. She was dealing with grading finals and getting the kids prepared. You know, a lot of students need some last minute tutoring to get them tests done and all that.
Okay. And? So
she didn't have them the last week of school came. She had half her bags unpacked, says the source close to the situation. And then that Friday came.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that Friday came. It was a half day at school. The bell rang. She scooped by the house, grabbed a few things, and he didn't see her until 3 days before school started back up.
Summer Rachel came into effect. Rachel did reveal that Summer Rachel went ham this summer. I don't know what her definition of ham means exactly.
That's not what she said. She said she wrote the ham.
Something is wrong with you. Anyways.
And the summer sausage.
Jose did reveal that, Rachel expressed that she likes to go on trips during the summers, or every year she likes to take a big trip. He did reveal that he has no problem spending money for trips.
So do strippers. All-Star Weekend, Pro Bowl Weekend.
And that, when it came down to it, he would spend
Rookie
a lot
symposiums.
of money for whatever accommodations he wanted for the trip. So she was like, they need to find a balance there because she likes to do the big trip, but she don't want to go broke doing it. So I don't know. They all over the place. So apparently...
Stu want to spend $1,600 a night to go 3 hours away from where he lives.
I'm like, And then lastly, Rachel reveals that when... she was, early on in their marriage, she didn't really understand what Jose did for a living. And she knew that he worked for the Space Museum.
Do we care?
Nobody cares. But he's a mission flight specialist.
Cool.
That's pretty much what that was. And that was pretty much it for them.
So that means every astronaut knows that he paid off 2 houses and his...
As they up in space?
Yeah. As they looking up their flights. Man, you're an astronaut? How much school did you do? That's a lot of school. I went to school for 6 years. Paid it off in 3. Bought 2 houses.
Something is wrong with you.
He's the most annoying person.
I don't know. So, all in all, high level overview. They broke up since decision day. She moved out of his house. No surprise there. They're trying to work back on the relationship little by little. They talk to each other for hours at night, she says, and they're trying to work it out. That was it for their scene. Let's move on to the next couple, which is Brett and Ryan. Next scene shows Brett and Ryan arriving to the reunion show. They reveal that they're still not together. No surprise there. Kevin asks Brett, how does it feel to hear people say that you're not Ryan's type, and did it affect her in any kind of way? And I just thought the whole time, like, is the Married at First Sight producers watching Couples Couch? Because how many times has Patrick said throughout this entire season, he don't like her, she ain't his type, she ain't his type? Maybe Brett heard it too. She heard it through you.
Listen, and I blame what do you do when off top you don't like some,
there's nothing you can do.
Well, you got to get to know her. Yeah, and I'm going to say she's a great person, and she blah, 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 and all the things he said.
Yeah. There's no
but he doesn't like her like that.
Brett says she didn't like to hear it so many times, but it didn't make her feel any kind of ways. Capping. That made her feel some kind of way. Because you came on the show to love somebody, to be with somebody, and it's okay to say, I did get hurt, because I was hoping that this could work, right?
Yeah, it was awkward to watch.
It was cringy to watch.
Yes, I know that's the thing. Like, if they went on a date and it wasn't clicking, that's where the show kind of gets some of its drama. If they went on a date and it wasn't working, then they just would never date again. But the fact they got to now live together and interact.
That's where it gets cringy.
Yeah, but some people are just set in their type.
Yeah, so
I like whoever like me.
He ain't got no type. He ain't got no type. Bad bitch is the only thing that I likes. Oh. Anyway.
So I do got a type.
Anyways, Ryan says that he wished he would have communicated better, communicated his feelings better throughout the process, which he has said throughout, towards the end of the show, that he did wish he had done that. He says that Brett is a good girl. He thinks the world of her. And then Ryan's sister shows up to the show and spills some tea. So Ryan's sister says she regrets assuming that Ryan was probably distracted by somebody in his past. She says that the vibes between her and Brett has changed because, come to find out, whole time she was telling Brett that my brother may have been distracted by someone else from his past, Brett was the one who was being distracted by a whole ass man that she met.
This bitch!
Paying for trips, diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist. Brett denies it and says she is not and was not seeing anyone. The only thing she did was exchange numbers with a dude. But Brett's sister continues to pour the tea, and she says that Brett was hanging out late nights, and ain't nothing good late night. The only thing open is legs and corner stores.
What exactly is late night?
See?
Dallas agrees.
That's
right.
She did also say that she only talked to the dude here and there. But the way she was looking, she looked so suspect. She looked so like they caught her.
Bruh, you sat across from me at that little bitty IKEA table and interrogated my man Ryan.
Yes.
Like he had committed war crimes for signing up on a dating app. Whole time you on the phone with your boo.
And Ryan did reveal that even though Brett tries to deny it and say it wasn't nothing like that, it was just an exchange of phone numbers and they talked here and there, he said he heard it was a full-blown relationship that she had going on. And he said, and of course it didn't make him feel good. And she still denies it and says That's not true. It's just rumors.
Okay, well, I ain't
But
Will
is it
Smith, and this ain't no situationship.
Brett on the couch like,
Yeah,
it's just rumors.
I ain't for it. And then the dude probably dumped her because there was some animosity when Kevin was like, "So are you still talking?" No, we're not talking anymore.
Yeah, she was
I'm
real dry
not talking
with
to
it.
anybody.
She was real dry with it. I don't know what actually transpired. I don't know what that rumor looked like and if it did or didn't go down like that. But it's just shady as ever that whole time you over here feeling some kind of way about Ryan, you out here for the streets. Like somebody I know call girls that do that what? Street meat?
Street meat. Rare, because her whole chest was red when she was getting questioned. She looked like rare street meat. Gotta throw that back on the grill, bro.
Not rare street meat.
Rare. How you like yours? Medium rare? Rare.
It was like, come on, Brett. Like, whole time I've been taking up for you too the whole season. Like, why doesn't Ryan like her? Like, she's pretty.
You
She's
would
a
take
nice
her for a
girl.
whole time. You've been texting, talking to Tyrone, so you and Brett in the same situation.
This
Yeah.
got me paying a rent.
No, this bitch got me paying the rent, paying for trips, diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist, and here I am alone,
You okay?
smoking out the window. And then you gonna tell me I was flat?
Oh, you were off key. Say me. Anyways, Brett, I can't take up for you no more.
Window.
I can't take up for you,
Smoking
bro.
out the window.
Are you done? Anyway, Ryan says he is still ready for marriage, and Brett said that there's somebody still out there. She just hasn't met him yet. And they both say that at the end of the day, they still want to be married, just not to each other, of course.
I ain't with it, bro.
What?
Brett foul.
Next couple to arrive is Gil and Mirla. Apparently, they're dressed to the nines, according to Kevin. Gil had on red bottom shoes that he wanted to show everybody that he was wearing.
Spray paint.
Came with the beard, you know, feeling
Glued on.
glued on. They jump right into talking about how long it took Gil to get a kiss from Mirla. Mirla said she wanted to take things slow, and she never felt like there should be a rush when it comes to the physical touch part of it, especially when she's just starting to know someone. Kevin says on decision day that they both decided to stay married, and what happened since then. Gil says, unfortunately, since decision day, they have not been together. Can you believe this? You can believe this? I'm like, what? So he says 14 days after decision day, Mirla decided that she didn't want to be with him anymore. Asked what led to that decision. Mirla said financial stability was an issue for her, and the chemistry and attraction is not there for her. And Gil says every paycheck he makes $100 more than Mirla, so he can't understand how can financial, instability be an issue.
And that made me think.
What are you thinking about?
Is that the truth? Is that what's going on?
I don't believe nothing no more. I'm done.
Or is this showing his lack of financial knowledge? Like, is he looking at the paycheck strictly, like the money in the paycheck?
Yeah.
Maybe he makes in the paycheck, money for money, dollar for dollar, he makes $100 more. But maybe her retirement's already taken out before her check.
You mean like the gross?
Yeah, maybe
pay.
her medical insurance is already taken out. Like there's things already taken out before.
And she
probably
has
allotment.
No, I was gonna say a healthier savings account than he has, because his career is isn't as long as hers. Like he just started, he said, to be a firefighter, so he probably hasn't built up,
Yeah, I just have questions.
A lot of moving variables that we don't know.
Why did he say it that way? Every 2 weeks, I make $100 more on my check than her. I don't get it.
Gil says that he felt completely blindsided by Mirla because she revealed to him that she has felt this way about him since the beginning. She just didn't say anything.
Which is what I said.
And then it gets better.
If she was attracted to him like that and he had money, she wouldn't have been waiting
however many weeks just to give a kiss.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, but
I can look at your makeup and tell you don't wait.
It gets juicier. Gil reveals that he and Mirla discussed before decision day that they both were going to say yes to staying married. So he sold everything he owned, and the only thing he kept was his blender, his clothes, and his dog.
This bitch got me paying the rent, paying for trips, diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist, and I ain't alone.
Patrick, if we ever make an agreement to do something and I sell everything except my NutriBullet and my clothes, my Fashion Nova clothes.
I'm just sitting here watching you sell it all.
That is cold-blooded. That is cold-blooded.
How much you want for that? If I was you, I'd go ahead and let it go.
It's cold-blooded.
As soon as you get all this shit set, I need you to leave.
I was like, first of all, this went from just it being a TV show with the Kikis for us to now my heart hurts that she did that to him or allowed that to even go down that way. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be this heartless because you know who waiting for you? Karma.
When you see it, you can see that it weighed heavy on her.
The whole time he spoke in this segment, shut up. He was holding the tears back. His voice was trembling.
I was talking about her. You can see it weighed heavy on her.
How swag? Because
she looked like she was...
Her face was always that flat.
It was heavy on her. Her hair looked flat on the back.
Yeah.
I don't think she got no back half.
You could tell as a baby they put her in her crib on the back of her head.
She laid on only her head.
Her whole body weight was in the back of her head. Like, as a baby, your mama should have not laid you on the back of your head. That's why your head back so flat.
Her head back.
Jamaican talk, you know. I'm just it's
her
just
head back.
It's flat. It's so flat.
It's so flat.
But I'm so mad with her that she did that. It's one thing to be a bougie B and act out.
If anybody deserved to be called a bitch, it's her.
But it's like, don't do people like this because you wouldn't want nobody to do you like that.
That's what's gonna happen.
Karma is waiting.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen with her.
Tell me.
She gonna get with a dude that got money and all this bling that she like, right? Cause she was on TV. Mm-hmm. But that's gonna weigh out like 3 years. Mm-hmm. She's not gonna age well. I'm telling you, like I can see it. And yes, and he gonna leave her, probably like a dentist, and he gonna leave her for the little dental tech that's new in his office. And she gonna be sitting there looking like her.
You create a whole story in your head.
I'm talking about the new dude she gonna be with.
Oh, you talking about the new dude? I'm so sorry.
She not gonna be with Gil ever.
My bad. I gotta keep up. Sorry.
She only didn't want to look bad on TV. That's why she convinced him to say yes.
That's awful.
That's why they had the conversation beforehand.
So terrible.
And she said she wasn't attracted from the gate.
That's so terrible. And she currently said, or in this episode, she said she did not and does not love Gil, and she never told Gil she loves him. But I clearly remember many times in episodes she said, I am choosing to love my husband. Was I the only one who heard that? Am I losing my mind that she said that, right?
Yeah.
And she said there's a difference between falling in love and choosing to just be in love. And she said she was actively choosing to love him. And then here you are, brand new on Reunion Part 1, that you don't love him and never did.
Which goes back to when we judged that heifer by her cover, we were right.
Listen, Gil says this is hard for him and the rejection hits hard, and he has been going to therapy for this. Meanwhile, Mirla's sitting there looking like, who said that? Like, I'm fine. Ain't nothing wrong with me. She says, I'm okay. She says, Gil is just not the one for her. That's messed up.
I hope she get done bad. I hope she get done bad. I don't hope nothing bad happen to her, but I hope she get done bad.
What? I'm just saying, regardless, my heart hurt for Gil because, like I said, in this segment, you could see the tears was so near, and he was fighting hard to not let none of them drop those tears, and you could hear the trembling in his voice when he spoke, just off of straight hurt. You know what I mean?
Because his ankles is cold.
Let's move on to the next scene. Next scene, all of the guys get together, just the guys, the girls aren't there, with Kevin to just talk about, how they connected throughout the season. Kevin points out that there was a lot of tears this season, especially from Zach and Johnny, but says he's not knocking them for being a sensitive man.
This bitch! Yo, Zach come back like, I'm proud that I got to show my sensitivity. Man, you soft, bro. You don't get to be sensitive to cover up your craziness.
And Johnny with the crying too.
Johnny just soft, bro. Johnny was in a full-fledged hug with Jose, crying on that man's shoulder about his wife.
He was. But before we get to that piece, they did talk about how some of the guys left the house or the shared apartments a few times to reset because they needed a break from their wives. All of the guys shared their thoughts on how shocking it is that Gil and Mirla are no longer together. And then the guys are also shocked to hear that Rachel and Jose broke up. But Zach said he's more shocked to hear that Rachel and Jose are now kind of back together, because just the fact that they're trying to make it work is a shocker, because he knows how hard marriage can be. And
how does he know?
And he sees all the work that Jose's trying to put in to make it work. That's what
bro, Zach is bona fide crazy.
They also touch on the bromance that Johnny and Jose had during this season. Johnny says that Jose is like a light, and he is the moth trying to just be a part of Jose's light. Like, what? What, Johnny? Johnny, huh? You got nothing? You're not going to say nothing?
Why are you doing this?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm just asking what your thoughts are.
I'm trying to let it go.
Okay, we're going to let it go.
You know how thin the ice is. You're not about to get me caught up.
All right.
No. Y'all go ahead, hug it out, bro, man, all that. Go for it.
Next up is Zach and Michaela. Michaela arrives to the stage separately from Zach. Zach is in the back in the green room. Do they still call it the green room? In the green room of the reunion show, watching her on a camera or a TV. I'm sorry.
No.
Because Michaela says that she doesn't want Zach around her. She's trying to protect her peace and her energy, and she doesn't want to be interrupted when she speaks. So she asks, can they do theirs separate? Of course, the drama. Kevin notes that Michaela had a lot of knee-jerk reactions this season. Mm-hmm. Michaela said that Zach had a lack of forgiveness for her, and that she wanted to do better, but she was always too stressed out about how was he going to receive her. Like, was he ever going to, be forgiving of her behavior in past situations? So she can't get right. Like life, remember, can't get right?
Yeah.
She felt like she can't get right.
Why do people give other people so much power?
Weak. I don't know what else to say. It's just,
I don't give a damn if Zach liked me or not.
Or forgave.
I don't care. I don't care.
I think that's what makes a marriage, like those marriages that are like 30, 40 years in.
Yeah.
It's because they have a lot of I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, me and you, like when we fell out, when I tried to bust the door open and tell you that joke.
So you admit that you shouldn't have been kicking the door in like that. But I don't care.
Anyways, but when I opened the door to try to tell you the joke, and you gonna hurt my dog. Remember all that? I just didn't care no more. And I sincerely cared less about how he felt, how Dallas' head could have got knocked off. I just went to bed and I slept good because I don't care. I woke up the next morning.
That's not what I meant.
What do you? Oh, I'm sorry. Too much?
No, keep going. Keep going with your point. It's good for me to understand how you work.
Because the more you sit there and try to stress and worry.
Yeah, you can't be petty, I think is what you're trying to get to.
I wasn't being petty. I don't care. I don't care.
You gotta let stuff go. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean don't be petty? Okay, you mean
tick for tack.
Yes,
like, because that's what happens. Like, sometimes, say I do something to aggravate you that's not really a big deal, and then
I'm tired of seeing it right here. I'm listening though. Good.
Let's wrap this shit up.
You were saying.
Wasn't saying nothing.
I'm listening. No.
I'm good.
I don't care. So, anyways, so you done?
I'm done.
No, go ahead and make your point. I'm so sorry.
I forgot what the point was, man. You had to be rude.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying you can't be petty. Like, so if you do something to aggravate me, it usually builds. Like, now I'm kind of agitated. So when I respond to you, you get agitated. Now you come at me. It's kind of like when you, fellas, like when you box in the parking lot at school and y'all supposed to not be going hard. Like two friends boxing,
but
or slap boxing.
The stronger the hit, you
but you be like, you be like, oh, okay. So now I gotta go a little hard. Next thing you know, we throwing hands.
It's all it's the I'm gonna get you. Yeah, it's true. I agree. So
you can't be petty. I let it go. Okay, you got me on this one. That's what people don't want to do. You can't. Nobody likes to have someone else get.
It's just called being the bigger person too. Sometimes too.
Damn that.
See.
Damn that.
See the first problem. Kevin shared all of the back and forth that they had on the show and said that they kind of got whiplash trying to keep up with Zach and Michaela's off and on roller coaster relationship. And then he brings Sharifa, her sister, out to talk on the show. And Sharifa says she did think that Zach was a good match for Michaela.
How?
That was just her opinion. She also
their medications match?
She also said Michaela says she felt like Zach messed with her emotions. And says that on their 1 month anniversary, Zach picked her up and they spent time in a hotel and they were kissing. And then Zach jumped out of bed and said, don't tell nobody that we did that. And if you did, I'm going to deny it. What do you think about that? I don't really know what to believe. It's so all over the place.
Yeah. I believe it 100%.
And then
why you keep going back to this man?
Then it gets juicier.
Because you want it.
Michaela reveals that after decision day, the night of decision day, they went to dinner and Zach asked her to come back to his apartment. And she went back to his apartment. This bitch got me paying her rent, paying for trips, diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist. And here she is in Zach's house. Why would you go back to his house? The man just said he wanted a yes to divorce, but a no to separation. Ain't that what you said?
Yeah. No. It's not why we should go back to his house. If you want to go back to his house, go back to his house. But then don't act like y'all are in a relationship.
Because he said
understand what it is.
But no to
you a booty call. Like if you're okay.
She said she stayed there for 7 to 8 days, cooking, cleaning, and having sex with Zach.
You're an extended booty stay.
Extended stay. Like the hotel.
$450 a month or a week, whatever.
I don't know what the rates go for.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Even Kevin was like, why would you do that when he told you he wanted a divorce and that same day you go home with him?
Self-worth.
You have to think more of yourself.
Either you're either into the sex too and just say that. Like, because
keep it a buck then.
I wanted to get one. But you're doing, that's what your actions are. But then you're like, he's emotionally abusive. No, you emotionally abuse yourself.
Thank you.
Quit while he's not strong arming you back to his house. He invites and you go. So then when you're like, why are you doing this to me? He's like, I'm not doing nothing.
I asked you and you willingly came every time. So she says
Both
after
of y'all
the 7-day run, he cut it off with her and told her that he only wanted to interact with her in a group setting with other people.
Yeah, because I got my laundry done, the baseboards clean, toilets white. Like, there's nothing else for you to do there.
He did the baby and Danny Lee.
Yeah. You a certified side chick. For real.
But he woke her up out her sleep like the baby did, Danny.
Hey.
And was like, so where you gonna go?
Hey.
Where you going?
I know I fell asleep last night. Did you finish the oven? Alright, then you need to get up and get out.
Where you going? You ain't gonna stay here.
No, you done.
The baby was wrong for that. He was wrong for that. But another situation
Didn't his other baby mama tell y'all how he do?
Other baby mama was like, so what hotel you going to? That was just
my thing is, if he don't treat his other baby mamas right,
why do you think he don't treat you any special?
Because that's how women work. Y'all got
we hope that, you know.
Y'all got a movie in your head, starring you, played by you, directed by you, produced by you, and that's how you look at the world.
Yeah. It's called creating a story in our head. You know? And not to get off topic.
Yeah, but don't nobody else watch that video.
Danny said she met all his family. She said she had her own closet, her own bathroom. Right?
I don't even own a house, bro.
And the baby,
I'm in a month to month.
Pass me your phone.
I don't even have a closet in this house.
Pass me your phone. The baby was on live on Instagram. I know we digress, but he was like, y'all want me to tell you what it is? She a certified side piece. There she is. She started running like an episode of Maury when they found out it was you're the baby.
The baby couldn't do that to Mirla though.
The father.
Baby couldn't do that. Her brother wouldn't be having that.
Child, bye. Okay, we digress. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But Lord, they are similar situations though. Minus the marriage and the divorce. It's just the crazy that go with it. All right.
Naivety.
You back with this word again?
I can't get it.
Can't get right.
I can't get it.
All right, let's move on to the final scenes of this episode. In the final scenes of this episode, Zach now arrives to the stage alone without Michaela. Michaela goes back to the green room where he was. He comes out to the stage. He said the first time Michaela moved out of the apartment and slammed Mr. Clorox on the table is when the whole thing shifted for him. And the whole marriage wasn't right for him at that point. He described the relationship not as a roller coaster, but just very up and then very down.
What kind of roller coaster you go on?
It's not a roller coaster. They just go up and then they come down. They go up, then they come down. That is a roller coaster?
Yeah, every roller coaster I've ever been on went up and came down. He had some turns in there.
I guess they didn't have no turns. It was just either one extreme or the next.
That cliff hanger or whatever. You know the one that goes up?
Tower of Terror.
Yeah, there you go. That's what y'all the Tower of Terror.
Oh my God. Zach says he feels like he's supposed to be taking all the blame for everything with Michaela. Like she casts blame on him for everything. And I can see that. She does try to just, take no real accountability. You got something to say? you got something to say. Anyways, he says he's in the worst relationship he has ever been in his life. He says by far this is rock bottom of the barrel kind of a relationship. It's harsh. He says on decision day that he did want to work on their relationship, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna be together. That actually kind of makes sense.
I'm in a relationship with everybody in this room.
He did say that. And there was nobody in the room but Kevin on the screen.
Kevin ain't in the room either.
The cameraman.
He's on the TV. Another place.
Well, why? But that made sense to me though. Think about it. Just think about it. we can work on this relationship.
You're going to need this to get through that thought.
But that...
She going to cough her ass up.
Why it tastes like crust? But that doesn't mean that they're going to be together. Think about it. We could work on it, but I guess he's trying to say there's no guarantee at the end of working on it that they'll actually lock it in. But they're married. So it's hard to talk about your relationship with somebody like that when you're married to them. You can talk about it like that if y'all are just dating, right?
If we've been married, no.
That's what I'm saying. You can't talk about it like that if you've been married. Oh, even if you're dating after the fact. I don't know. I'm trying to decipher crazy.
Talk about it how?
Analyze crazy.
What do you...
Zach said you can work on the relationship, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be together at the end of it.
Right.
I said that actually makes sense. He's essentially saying there's no guarantee, there's no promise that we're going to be together, but you can try to work it out. But the only caveat is that you're already married to this person. So it makes it hard to try to create that situationship when you're currently married. That would more so work for if you are just meeting someone brand new and just dating them. Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
Can you believe I just analyzed crazy? I just figured out what Zach is trying to say.
But that's stupid. Saying if you're saying that we need to not be together so that we can work on maybe getting together, so I don't have to be loyal to you then.
But if you're trying to work it out, then why would you be street meat for everybody?
Then why aren't we together?
Because you're trying to work it
Then why do you want the title of not being with me?
You see why we can't?
No, but that's what you're arguing.
No.
Then what are you saying? Put it in layman's terms, because it doesn't make sense what you're saying, and you think it makes sense. It doesn't make sense. So you're saying that we need to say we're not together so that we can work on possibly getting together, but it's not guaranteed.
Right.
Right. So we're not together.
Right.
So I can sleep with whoever I want.
But why does that have to come into the picture?
Because if we're not going to be around each other as much, you think my needs are going to go away? Do you think I'm still...
Jesus.
So I'm supposed to stay loyal and not have sex until you get to...
through it. If you want to work through it with somebody.
That's the dumbest shit. Then why aren't we together? If I have to give you everything, if I have to act like we're together, and if you want all of the benefits of being with me but don't want to be with me, why do I have to uphold those standards?
That's why they call it friends with benefits.
So we're going to sleep together. But I'm not supposed to sleep with nobody else, but we're not together.
Ain't that what dudes do all the time?
Yeah, but I don't see it and say it makes sense. I say I'm a player. Hate the game, not the pimp. Or not the player. Like, that's what I say. But you say, no, it makes sense. No, it don't make sense.
It does.
It makes no effing sense.
It makes sense to me. It makes sense because I think
Be gone. Bye. Bye. But understand, if you tell me we're not together, then we're not together.
But if we're trying to work through things,
then why aren't we together?
Because we're trying to work
then,
to get
okay,
together.
So you don't want to be with me, so why do you care who I'm with?
But I feel like you're throwing in
No,
wrenches.
I feel like you want your cake and eat it too. You don't want to be...
I feel you could. It makes sense.
Right, you get your ass thrown out of here too. Damn it. Damn about none of this. Bye. I don't want to be with you. But I don't want you to be with nobody. That sounds shit fucking abusers say to their victims. If I can't have you, nobody can. They don't work like that. You take me all the way off the market or leave me the hell alone. Cause the halfway shit, I promise you gonna get mad at me more than I'm gonna get mad at you.
We just want to borrow you for a little bit.
Yeah.
From time to time.
And that's fine. But you're not the only customer. You gotta be okay with that. My customer service is superior.
White
but
glove.
I service all the customers.
White glove service.
No, but you're not the only customer. Because y'all aren't together, it opens up space. All right.
It makes sense to me. And with that.
Oh, you filming? I was. ID Network. Get off me. Get off of me. Get off of me. How could she play with me?
I love you, Patrick. I love you.
I'm just not in love with you.
I love you. And I don't want.
That's the kind of.
I don't want you to become street meat.
Don't let me out in the street. That's why you won't put somebody out in the street and expect them to act like they in the backyard.
And I don't want you to service a lot of customers. See, if they just be that direct, maybe they would get,
Yes, let somebody know.
I like you, and I don't want you for the streets.
I don't want you to be with nobody else. We're going through, and that's what they're missing. I want to work this. This is why I don't like the idea or the theory behind.
What are you trying to say? Spit it out.
There's a difference in telling somebody, Kamara, I love you and I want to be with you. Things are things are difficult right now, but I want to work through them with you. As opposed to, I don't want to be with you, but we can work to see if we can get to a place where I want to be with you. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with that.
That's what you're agreeing to.
Okay, so
Now you got me understanding people.
Something is wrong with you. Can we get to the end of this scene? Mr. Clorox didn't ask you that. He gonna have another case coming up. Okay.
You act like Zach. No, I didn't say that. Yeah, that's what I said.
Kevin asked Zach directly, was he intimate with Michaela on their 1 month anniversary? And Zach said no. And Michaela backstage is like, he said he was going to deny it. He said, look at him, there he is. He wanted to try to call me out on my lies. It did seem a little Maury-ish. It did.
Don't make no
So
sense.
Michaela now comes from backstage, like an episode of Maury. You know how they come from backstage. And she comes out to clear up the lies that she says Zach is telling on her. And
Looking
Zach is
like somebody just found out her husband sleeping with the secretary at the company ball.
That whole look was giving me Dream Girls vibe.
Yeah.
Like, I was just...
Come back here!
It was giving Dream Girls. Like, where was she going with this halter top ball gown?
dress?
All she needed was the white gloves.
She had her two sisters holding the train behind.
Or was it giving Eddie Rose? Giving him something he
Can feel.
Oh. And like, take the glove off. That's the vibe it gave me. But anyways.
To let me know this love is real.
His love is real. Okay, sorry. As Michaela storms the stage, Zach is like, no. She had her time. Let me have my time. He gets up, storms off stage, and then that was the end of the reunion part 1.
Which was kind of boring. But the trailer for reunion part 2.
That's where it gets juicy. Now, there was a whole lot of goings on, but the only part that I tuned really hard into was when Kevin said to Mirla and Johnny in part 2 of the reunion show that apparently they must be besties and very close. And then that's when they showed Gil crying nonstop and then had to leave the stage because he says he can't take it anymore. He has to excuse himself. And then Johnny says, I guess he didn't like that question.
and you don't even have to cut to it. This bitch must be out of his mind playing with mine. I'ma hurt him bad. I ain't playing with y'all.
That was the end of this episode. Drop y'all's comments in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. Please let us know what you guys thought of this part 1 reunion. Also, please be sure to click like and subscribe to support our channel. We are so thankful that you guys keep coming back every week to watch us and talk with us. We live for it. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you in next week's episode. Or will there be an episode next week? It's Thanksgiving. If there is not an episode, happy Thanksgiving in advance.
We'll have something up.
We'll have a little Thanksgiving special for you guys. So stay tuned for that. And that will also air next week.
So let's talk about this not being together but wanting to be together. That's how you feel?
I didn't say nothing about this.
That's how you feel?
I didn't say nothing about this.
Will there be a next week? See, this what I'm talking about. Playing with me, man. No.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Don't touch the back of my back head.
Head back.